Okay, now for real. Hello, everybody. There's not going to be a camera this stream. That's because, as it turns out, my internet speeds are far too fucking slow to handle a camera and display capture. I'm going to get that fixed very soon. I'm going to be upgrading my internet package from AT&T to fucking Comcast, which will let me like have 200 bits as opposed to 25, which is what I've been getting. And I've tried literally everything to get my AT&T speed up. It's gotten absurd to the point where I just can't even use AT&T anymore. They sent a person over to my fucking house. They said to me, you can't have... first of all, they sent a person over to my house and said that I was getting 25 bits per second. I don't know, like 25 megs was the term. And they said that the fastest I could possibly have was 75. So I call up, ask them if they can give me 75. They talk to me like I'm fucking crazy. They say that the fastest they could possibly get in my semi-urban like area, like I'm like about 10 minutes away from like downtown Chicago, the fastest they can give me is 25 megs. And I think they were trying to placate my ass because they were telling me that I was the first person to ever complain about slow internet speeds. And that if they get another... And that my complaint, if they must, they will construct a new cell tower just for me. And I know, okay, they're just placating me at this point. They're just trying to tell me shit to make me feel better because they think I'm fucking crazy. But I'm not. So, yeah, we're going to switch over. Haven't done it quite yet, but it should be happening soon. And hopefully, when I get that figured out, I could have both my new webcam, which I paid $100 for, and my fucking, and all that shit just set up perfectly. I mean, I went through a lot of shit to make this work. I've done pretty much everything. I've wired a brand new 7-cat Ethernet cable, which is like one of the better ones you can get, all the way directly from my other computer room into here. And I can't use my other computer room. Somebody lives in there. So this is actually my own little studio space that I'm trying to do this in. So I had to wire it through the wall. And I have, like, thankfully enough, I have, like, this little attic, little side of my wall that's, like, has these little, like, 3-foot tall doors that you can crawl into, kind of like a crawl space, because this room used to be the attic. And the thing about those rooms are hot as fuck, because right on the other side of the wall in those rooms is the roof. And it's about 90 degrees right now. So what my day, a couple of weeks ago, involved me having to... And I'm so glad I finally did this. I've been wanting to do this for years. But, man, it was just... I was procrastinating for a good reason. Because I had to crawl on my hands and knees through, like, a mile of, like, shards of, like, little dirt that, like, just hurt like hell just walking through. And I literally cut up my knee doing this. Just to feed a wire through the far end of this room on the other side of the hall, all the way through about 30 feet back into my room. I had to crawl through all this insulation. I had to, like, crawl and avoid piping and fucking, heating vents. It was absurd. And, yeah, it was insanely hot. I would not have to do this again, but I'm so glad I finally did it. But even then, after all that, still didn't have fast enough internet speeds to run this show with all the amenities that I wanted. So, for the time being, I'm going to run this audio only, and I'm going to try to see if I can do this with at least just screen capture, and see if we can get that working. But yeah, hell of a couple of weeks even. That wasn't even the worst, like, part of the fucking week, was trying to get this shit figured out. I had to, fucking massive rainstorms, to the point where my entire basement flooded, almost a foot. That's a bit of an exaggeration. It was like a few inches, okay? That's definitely an exaggeration even. But horribly done, and honestly, that was kind of a blessing in disguise too, because I've been wanting to clear out that basement forever. I'm just gonna be clear. I live with my mother. I still do. And she's a bit of a hoarder. She is. And, she's a horrible hoarder even. We had an entire room that was so filled with trash that you couldn't even open the door. And it's been like that for like 10 years. And finally, with that room flooded, we had the excuse I needed to get rid of everything in there, because she would not let me throw anything away until she knew exactly what I was throwing away. And thankfully enough, she let us pretty much get rid of everything except the, what's the word? Except for like photo books and like a stuffed animal she liked. And thankfully now, for the first time, that room is empty enough to actually step a foot in for like 10 years. I'm so glad. It took us about 3 hours. But yeah, so I don't want to complain. Got a few things on my list, even that, but it almost felt as if for like a week and a half, the entire universe is just doing everything in its power to keep me from doing this show. Like, what are you trying to tell me, God? What are you trying to tell me? Are you afraid? Are you afraid that my glorious show is going to dethrone you? Is that it? Is that it, God? You can't stop me. Anyway. Okay. So, I don't know. I wanted to, just talk about a little bit what was on my mind, specifically about politics. And I don't know if you guys saw, but that was, my most dedicated viewer, Alex, changing the channel right then and there. So, let's begin, now that I'm talking alone. Alex does not like politics. No, that's not what I want to say. I like to use Facebook as, like, my own little, like, notepad. That's my sister right there. I probably shouldn't dox her. That's not my sister. That's some strange person. I don't know, everybody. Pay no attention. It's the man behind the curtain. Okay. First thing I want to talk about was this little copy pasta. It's not really a copy pasta, but I saw this floating around just about an hour ago today. That's pretty much what was like, okay, fuck it. I could probably make like 10 minutes of content out of this. This man right here is a human enigma. No, this man is a black cop. I don't know where he's stationed. I forgot that detail. I knew at one point, but that's not what's important. He's a black cop, and he's got something to say. All right. I remember the countless times I canvassed the area afterwards, and everyone asked, "Did you see who did it?" And the popular response from the same family member was always, "Fuck the police. I ain't no snitch. And I'm going to take care of this myself." This happened every single time. Every single homicide. Black on black. And then my realization became clear. All right, I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to give you all the short version. You can read it all if you like, but basically it's all a bunch of anecdotal shit that pretty much comes down to, hey, you know, my job's hard, my life's hard, I risk my life, every time I leave my fucking kids and my wife and say I'm gonna be safe, I don't know that, and you know what, I empathize, of course I do. It's not a tough job, someone's gotta do it, and I understand why someone in this position would feel like their feelings aren't validated, at least. But he's basically listed off every single complaint that people have had in his community about the police, and I have some questions. All right, police. Complaint number 1: police always targeting us. They always messing with the black man. Fact. A city where the majority of citizens are black, Baltimore, for example, will always have a higher rate of black people getting arrested. It will always have a higher rate of blacks getting stopped. And will always have a higher rate of blacks getting killed. And the reason why is because a city with those characteristics will always have a higher rate of blacks committing crimes. Okay, so I want to make clear he is making a per capita argument here. And that's important for him to understand that he is making this a per capita argument. The statistics will follow the same trend for Asians if you go to Asia, Hispanics if you go to Puerto Rico, and whites if you go to Russia. And the list goes on. It's called demographics. It is. It is called demographics. Those are important. Complaint number 2. More black people get arrested than white boys. Fact. Black people commit a grossly disproportionate amount of crime. Data from the FBI shows that nationwide blacks commit 5,000 blah 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 homicides in 2014. Whites committed 4,367. Okay, Chicago's death toll is almost equal to that of both wars in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. That's one that we hear a lot. I live in Chicago. Chirac is what it gets called a lot. Chicago's death toll from 2001, blah blah blah. Chicago sucks. Yeah, of course. Combined total deaths during Operation blah 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 blah. You know what I always find really funny when people bring this shit up? Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to bring that argument up because that's kind of unrelated. Let's see. So here's the problem with that. Crime and poverty are linked. They are. And it almost seems to be forgotten, almost immediately as it's stated. But the truth of the matter is that if you go to places like the Appalachian Trail, where there's a lot of very poor whites, crime rates are fucking very high. It's not blacks committing more crime, it's just people in poverty commit way more crime. And he's making the spirit argument here. I don't know. It's almost seeming like genetically whites are just much less likely to be committing crime. I'm sorry, I'm speaking way too fast for my own tongue. He's almost saying like fucking black people are just like almost genetically more fucking like predisposed to crime, and doesn't really seem to be interested all in the doesn't seem to be all that interested in the reasoning why that might be. And I'm kind of burying the lead a little bit, but that's kind of the point that I give from later complaints that he addresses, quote unquote. Or they are blacks are the only ones getting killed by police, or they are killed more. Now, here's the thing: these statistics are very incredibly cherry picked, and I would like to take a moment. Oh, God damn it! It's so fucking hot in here. Jesus Christ! You have no idea. It's like 90 degrees in here, and I have like only this little tiny fan. I'm sweating. If you guys had my fucking camera, you would see I'm just dripping with sweat. Oh, God. Maybe I should... City where the majority of citizens are black, Baltimore, blah, 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 blah. Crime. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. Holy shit, it's hot in here. Fuck me. Maybe I should open the door. Give me a second. Holy shit, it's hot in here. Holy shit. Alright, that's a little bit better. Probably gonna have to cut this all up if I even want to make it releasable. Alright, let's see. We'll always have a higher rate of black people committing... The city with those characteristics will always have a higher rate of crime. Always have a higher rate of blacks committing crime. Chicago's death toll is almost equal to that of both wars and blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to remember where we are. I have, like, ADD brain. You'll have to forgive me. Blacks are the only ones getting killed by police, or they are killed more. It's just a simple fact that blacks, per capita, are getting killed more by police. That's the point. He seems to be bouncing around very quickly from understanding this and not understanding this. Like, up here, he makes the per capita argument. The will always have a higher rate of killing black people in a place where it has mostly blacks. But down here, when he's talking about a country that is overwhelmingly, not overwhelmingly, but majority white, he just immediately forgets that. And that's very strange to me. And, like, he seems to be only addressing, like, cherry-pick statistics, but he's not really addressing the larger arguments, from what I'm seeing. Black people kill more other blacks than police do. And their only protest and outrage are when a cop kills a black man. And I'm so tired of this. Why the fuck do the police... Can the police only be compared to, like, criminals? Like, honestly. Why can't... I mean, can I... Is it a problem if I say if I compare the police... to say the fucking, if I say, like, why is it never like, oh, here's the police compared to, like, Sweden, because they would get their asses kicked? Why can it be, oh, here's the police compared to, like, virtually any other police force in the Western world? You can't say that, but the only comparison they will accept is being compared to thugs and criminals. Like, why is the bar so low for them? I don't understand. Kill more other blacks than... And also, I'm so tired of, like, the racial argument where, like suddenly, like, it's okay if the police murder because they're only killing white people. Like, even if that was fucking true, like, why are you upset? Why is that supposed to, like, be a relief to me? But it's not fucking true. Police do kill more blacks. And the fact that you have to cherry pick these little statistics to do that, to like, express that fact, just kind of proves that to me. I should bring the statistics on standby, because I want to talk with this with authority. and I don't feel like I don't want to just do that. Except for, hold on. There was a graph I found earlier. See if I can find it again. Oh, I'm gonna put it in the no-no square. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna make that a little bit lower in the no-no square. There it is. I don't have these statistics offhand. I wish I did, but I used to have a better mind for this kind of stuff, but unfortunately, everything else. blah, 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 blah. Government data shows that blah, blah, blah. Intend to make street and traffic cops of all races of proportional levels. While blacks and Hispanics do have their vehicles searched disproportionately, they also get arrested for felonies at a higher rate than others. The data also shows that black people are more likely than those of other races to be shot and killed by police through the vast majority of fatal police shootings. More likely than those of other races to be shot and killed by police through the vast majority of police shootings. Across racial lines occur when an individual is violent towards the police but has a weapon and refuses to put it down. So, for whatever reason, disproportionately, for the same exact crimes, black people are going to be more likely to be killed than whites. That's what that data basically says. That's what this data, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, has to say. Figures unavailable on public interaction with police, the latest blah, blah, blah. When it comes to street stops and traffic stops by law enforcement, they fall almost nearly in line with the demographics of the nation. Police interaction with the public. Nation. So blah, 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 blah. So that's the thing, is that when it comes to street cops, it's twice that. 16%, 7% Indian. The BJS also contains data statistics on what happens after an individual is stomped. The figures in the BJS data set are also reported from the Police Public Context Survey, which is someone of the national blah blah blah. Shows that 6% white, 14 blah blah. Yeah, it's pretty typical. Number of shows that blacks are overrepresented when it comes to traffic stop searches. Blacks are overrepresented when it comes to traffic stop searches. The BJS does not include information about what happens post-search. Police during the traffic stop, 46%, 22%. All right. So yeah, when it comes to being, so while the number of traffic stops, believe it or not, are actually somewhat typical, that is true, but 22.8% of our, but an overwhelming majority of traffic stops and in searches for blacks and less than so for fucking whites, which leads to a higher amount of, say, like drug possession charges, even though when it actually comes to the stats, whites and blacks are doing, and every other race are doing basically an equal amount of drugs and illegal narcotics at any given time. So that leads to a higher rate of crime. That leads to more policing. That leads to all, like, basically because all this antagonism towards the fucking the blacks and the police. Because the thing is, there is a difference in behavior that the police have. There is a systemic, objective behavior. The police are more likely to attack you and treat you differently based on the color of your skin. There is evidence of that. Black people kill more other blacks than blacks do. Yeah. Again, why are we comparing? I'm sorry, we already read this, and I'm gonna want to make this point again. Why do the police have to be compared to fucking criminals? Like, what about, like, I used to work before COVID happened. I worked in machining. I was a machine engineer. Fucking, I was a machine engineer. Fucking, if I ever did a bad day at work, if I ever crashed the machine and cost the company a whole fucking day's worth of progress or something, they don't fucking, I don't get to be like, oh, well, fucking, gangs exist. At least I'm not out there banging. Like, why do the police get this? We're killed by other black men, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, the police are perfect and great in all ways. Yeah, we already do a good job of killing ourselves. We don't need the police to do it. I love that this complaint basically makes the exception that, like, yeah, no, you're right. You're right, first fact, but, you know, the police should know better. The more I realize, the more I research, the more I realize I would ask questions and would only get emotional responses. And interference is based on no facts at all. No facts! They will never provide me a single piece of information to prove my point. It's all just emotional bullshit based on nothing. Nothing! No. I mean, like, look, all this is an emotional appeal, really. Minus one or two fucking cherry-picked stats, this whole, like, the first, like, page and a half of this little screed is, like, I have to kiss my little baby boy, I have to kiss my wife every time I leave home, I try my hardest to be a pillar of the community, but they just don't let me. They just will not let me into their hearts. They've cast me aside. And then he's gonna go like, they just make emotional arguments. Fuck them. Well, we already do a good job, blah, blah, blah. I haven't slept well in the past few nights. More not emotional things right here. I haven't slept well in the past few nights. Heartbreak weighs me down. Rage flows through my veins, and tears fill my eyes. I watched my fellow officers assassinated on live television. Yeah, it must suck, you know? Could you imagine having, like, a relation with somebody that's totally, like, kind of tangible, and you know that could be you, and seeing them be murdered on television? Could you imagine that, black people? Come on, understand this man. Don't you understand what he's been through? Understand him. Cops are the real victims, you guys. Laying on the ground, dead. Would my friends and family still think Black Lives Matter? Would my life have mattered if he was murdered? I mean, there are there's gonna be like assholes on every fucking side, but the truth of the matter is that some guys, look, hot take, there are times when if a certain bad person dies, I'm not like rooting for it, but I'm not losing sleep over it either. And the truth of the matter is that if you're a good cop and you die, I don't think people are gonna fucking be rooting for your fucking death. Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of fucking edgelords on the internet, fucking keyboard warriors gonna cheer. Okay? But, like, the general consensus is that we don't really want to see cops dead. We don't. Nobody wants to really see that. I don't think people want to see at least good cops be murdered. But the truth of the matter is that the fact that we always have to make it back to this emotional argument, people just want, like, the lightest fucking restrictions on cops or the lightest enforcement for other agencies, is just showing that, like, it just shows me that they don't really want to have this conversation. That's what it feels like to me. That most cops acknowledge there are bad cops who... I realize that they refuse to believe that most cops acknowledge there are bad cops who should have never been given a badge and a gun, who are chicken shit and will shoot a cockroach if it crawls at them too fast, who never worked in the hood and may be intimidated. That most cops dread the thought of having to shoot someone and never see the turmoil of mental anguish that a cop goes through after having to kill someone to save his own life. Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether or not you're aware that there's bad cops. Here's the thing. People recognize, cops are brave people. I mean, let's just say that, right? I mean, like, yeah, there's some cowardly fucking cops out there. But to be a cop, you have to have some level of bravery or stupidity, okay? To be able to, like, at least face danger head on. Even if you don't take the best options, even if you're the shittiest cop in the world, you have to have some level of danger. And you have to be willing to address danger for the sake of, like, justice or peace, right? But why do they just immediately flop like a fish when it comes to addressing, like, the problems within their own administration? Why are they so quick to be fucking agents for the state to go bust everybody for, like, a fifth of a gram of weed? But it comes to, like, hey, let's not have my coworkers be a fucking murderer. Like, why are they flopping like a fish? Why did fucking riots have to erupt across the whole fucking country just to get this guy a fucking, just to get this Derek Chauvin guy a fucking conviction? Because honestly, any other case, that would have taken months to even give him a conviction. If honestly, I mean, look, I think these riots have been a congruence of a lot of factors. COVID being a huge source of aggravation, the heat. There's an association between fucking heat and deadly riots because of, like, you know, people get really irritable in the heat, myself included. I just almost canceled this whole fucking stream. At least considered it over the heat. I'd probably punch a cop right now if he was talking to me in my face. No, I'm kidding. In Minecraft, I would do that. No, I'm serious. I wouldn't punch anybody. I realize they refuse to believe that most cops... Oh, I have ADD. I have to fucking get back to my tangent. Ugh, God. I gotta stop going on these fucking tangents. They're fucking killing me. But, like, why can't they have that level of preparation? Like, why... Honestly, if these cops really just banded together and just, like, demanded... that, like, hey, to have these new regulations, because, of course, I know why they don't do it, because they don't want to make their job harder. That's what it is. I mean, the reason why the police unions are, like, the strongest there are in the country is because, like, they never really have, like, the things that really make society better and make their jobs better are things that make their fucking jobs harder. I mean, here's what you need to do to make the police to regulate the police to make it a more friendable agency. One, enforce body cams, okay? You need body cams on these fucking cops. at every given moment. And I don't want to hear that shit about infringing on their freedoms. I've had a job in like 20 different industries all across my life. I've never once had a job where I wasn't under surveillance at least at every moment of every day. Where I didn't have a camera on me or didn't have a GPS tracking me because I was doing like a lot ride share or something. Cops are like the only, cops and like congressmen. Those are the only two jobs that people are like, how dare you want to have a camera on that fucking person? Like, no. That's step number one. Step number two, this guy makes a lot of appeals to community and how he wants to be a bigger part of his community. There are a lot of cops, in fact, like 40% of cops, who actually go out of their community to be police. They go out of their fucking community to be police. So why the fuck, like, like those people aren't going to have like a certain say in that community, at least not as much. Maybe in the grander scale, like, hey, I want to make sure that the state is safer, but when it comes to like actually making the community around you better, it doesn't matter whether or not you arrest certain people or don't. Well, that shit matters. And three, if you really want to fix these relations, the cops need to start like they need to start really using their authority and punching upwards. That's what they have to do, because so much of what being a cop is punching downwards. It really is. I mean, of course you have to have being, like you can't like feel shame for every fucking crack addict that like robs a baby at gunpoint or something. But when it comes to shit like, if you want the black community to fucking love the police, just get a police department together and just say, hey, fucking, so long as COVID is happening, we're not evicting a single fucking house. We're not evicting a single house. We're not going to enforce any of these judges' rules that make like your lives harder because you can't pay the bills. Okay, we're just gonna be on your side. Fuck what the state says. And like there would be some rabbling, there'd be some rousing, but they wouldn't be able to do anything about it. That would be actually standing up for your fucking community in a way. Because so far, the best PR the police has to offer, at like 90% of occasions, is like, hey, look, I played basketball with a black teenager, so therefore, I'm fucking like, and I didn't even touch my gun. Can't you just see how amazing and virtuous you are? It's absurd. Ugh, what else? American community's idea of justice, persecution of any and every cop or white man that kills. Yeah, the prosecution of every cop that kills or is believed to have killed a black man. Idea of justice, the prosecution of any and every cop that is believed to have killed a black man. Yeah, I think innocent people that kill innocent people should be punished. Community refuses to look within to solve its own major. Like, why the fuck isn't the police a concern? Why shouldn't the police be a fucking concern for the African American community after they just seen one get strangled on fucking live television pleading for help after being fucking like waved down by like fucking 20 fucking civilians and a fucking fire department and a medical chief? Well, who the fuck would be able to get anything done knowing that any fucking cop having a bad day and half of a fifth of a tenth of a reason can just fucking kill you with no fucking excuse? Who would get anything done knowing that there was just a fucking weird force of people out there that'll do that to you at any moment? Because at this point, I realized there's just some people out there, doesn't matter their race, they just need a huge portion of the populace to just be scared of authority. They just want people to live in terror. Black, white, whatever. That's what it feels like to me, at least. They have become the very entity they claim they are fighting against. I realize they have become the very entity they are fighting against. Turmoil, rioting instead of peace. They think they want peace and justice, but actually they were mean to cops. Curious. I am very intelligent. Officer Stallion. This whole thing just reads like a fucking... This whole thing just reads like a copy pasta, but this is all just a genuine screed. And honestly, look, maybe I'm just racist, but that's a horrible way to start a sentence. So let me just restart. Does this guy look like Tommy Sotomayor? The first time I saw this, I thought this was like Tommy Sotomayor LARPing, but no, it's not. It's horrible. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of see it. No, am I crazy? Let me pull up a picture of him and see if I'm just racist and stupid. That's what I thought. Like when I read like the first like 2 sentences of this, is this Tommy Sotomayor? Like if he got like a shave and a haircut. I kind of see it. Let me get this like picture. Kind of see it. Yeah, there's a resemblance, but yeah, it's not him. All right, what else did I want to talk about? All right, there's another case here that I want to talk about how friendly and lovable the police are and how we all need to just rally and just protect them. I keep everything here. Oh yeah, I just fucking with people. Okay, this I wanted to research on stream. I'm not entirely sure if it's true, but the entire Buffalo Police Department, and this is just some post I have found. Now, let me research this real quick. Entire Buffalo Police Department emergency response team. Buffalo Police Department. Oh, wait. No, of course it wouldn't be the website. I was expecting it to be like the first news story when I looked it up. Buffalo Police Department. Blah, 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 recruiting new officers. Yeah, you are recruiting new officers, aren't you? Buffalo Police Department strike. They're trying to cover it up. Right, let me read this. I don't trust anything I see on the internet that's just like a square of text with no fucking citation, but I didn't want to just go off of this. But just read this for a second and just tell me you don't kind of believe this. The entire Buffalo Police Department and emergency response teams resigned after the department suspended 2 officers without pay when a video surfaced showing them pushing over a 75-year-old protester. I've seen this video. I don't know if this is true. This is like almost breaking news to me. Entire BBT... blah, blah, June 20th, as of like a few hours ago. Buffalo, New York has learned the entire Buffalo Police Department team has resigned from the team. That's a total of 57 officers who are banding together for this. We're told this is a show of support for the officers who were suspended without pay after shoving a 75-year-old man, Martin Gugino. Gugino. Is it Italian? I don't know. The poor guy. They're still employed, but no longer on the team. Still employed, but so yeah, they're getting paid. Don't worry, guys. Don't want anybody going hungry, you know. That's the last thing we want. Oh, goddamn. Nobody fucking cares about your Twitter, Dave. Fuck you. Blah, 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 blah. We're hearing the Buffalo Police on this announcement. It's a long-standing member of the city of the Blue. I know that are fully committed to serving and protect. Yeah, no, they're not. They're not fully committed. Fuck you. Well, the second that, like, someone's like, the second they get this littlest bit of pushback, it's like, fuck this commitment. This is bullshit. While some officers have chosen to remove themselves from a voluntary assignment with the ERT, it's important to know that have actually resigned from the police force. They will be protected in peaceful gatherings that ensue, blah, 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 blah. It's related to the work assignments. It's night. Yeah, no. This is the closest thing we have to class consciousness in America. Like, we can't have a general strike because, you know, that would shake things up too much. But an entire fucking police force can just resign because 2 officers had to be suspended without pay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. God damn. This is like the solidarity that like this is why like the only unions people respect are police unions. Maybe teachers unions too, but for different reasons. Like, seriously, they say this shit like, call a crackhead, what are you gonna do when we don't around? But they abandon their fucking responsibilities the second that, like, they get even the littlest bit of pushback, the second they get the littlest bit of controversy. Like, if, like, it's the police, like, look, if anything these last 2 weeks should, like, show us is that fucking, the police, nobody's responsible for the police's image other than the police. Okay? Everybody has a PR, everybody, at least, like, innately, has a need to feel up, like, to have, like, good public relations and to, like, have a positive image. But nobody is responsible to make sure that your positive image is good. But they have no interest in having positive relations, unfortunately. They don't. Hold on, I'm peeking a little bit here. Let me just turn down my audio. That should do it. La 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 la. All right. Very fluid situation. I ordered the suspension of the 2 officers without pay immediately after he saw the video. So the commissioner of the fucking commissioner of the police told these just suspended these two pay and this entire, like, honestly, when the fucking commissioner of your, like, force, I don't know how commissioners rise to power, but I'm assuming that because with the power of fucking police unions, like, to be a commissioner, you have to, like, have some level of approval among your fucking underlings, right? You do. So, like, when like, literally, even the commissioner can't say, like, hey, like, bad cops need to go. Like, what? That's enough to set 55, I'm sorry, was it 55 or 57? Either way, that's enough to send 50 some odd fucking, cops into a fucking tizzy and strike? And, like, it's my responsibility to make sure that looks good? How do I make that look good? No. Alright, this is another story I want to talk about. Now, let's just start by reading this headline, okay? An 18-year-old said she was raped while in police custody. The officers say she consented. Okay, now that's a fucking horrid headline, alright? And it leaves you with a lot of interpretations. An 18-year-old said she was raped while in police custody. The officers say she consented. Now knowing only, this is only one side of the story, technically two, but you know what I mean. But it's so much worse than even the headline implies. You're going to be shocked when I read this fucking story. An 18-year-old? Because for all you know, maybe she did. And honestly, even if she did consent, I would not approve of a police officer fucking having sex with a fucking inmate. That's a power play. It really is. Like, you're like that should not. That's like, I consider that to be highly illegal either fucking way. But let's just read this story for a minute, all right? When Anna said she was raped by two on-duty cops, she thought it would be a simple shit. God damn it. She thought it would be a simple case. She had no idea she lived in one of the 35 states where officers can claim a detainee consented. 35 states. Anna was sitting in the parked car with two friends when a charcoal gray van pulled up and flashlight beams momentarily blinded her. The 18-year-old had grown up in South Brooklyn and spent many Friday nights like this driving around the city with friends, looking for places to hang out from any home. Well, you should have thought about that. You shouldn't have left your home, shouldn't you? Fuck you. Bizarre streets. On this note, though, September 15th, 2017, sometime between 7:30 and 8 p.m., she crossed paths with the cops. Oh, no. There were two of them, both plainclothes detectives over 6 feet tall and powerfully built, flashing their badges and asking questions. There was weed in the front cup holder, and as soon as the detective ordered the three occupants out of the car, Anna later recalled, the detectives handcuffed her and told her friends, both young men, they were free to go. Then she said they'd let her, a slender woman just over 5 feet tall, into the back of an unmarked police van with tinted windows. Unmarked police van with tinted fucking windows. That's not what I do really need. See, this is the shit that I really hate. That we just kind of let that shit slide. Unmarked fucking police van with tinted windows are just allowed to exist and patrol the streets. Like, in virtually every other fucking country, like, have you ever noticed the difference in, like, designs in police cars from our, like, countries to other countries? In our country, you ever notice every single time you're driving on the road and you see, like, a black sedan or a black fucking, like, SUV on the horizon, and you're not entirely sure if it's a cop or not? That's by design. Cop cars are designed like that on purpose. They are, so that they can ticket you and fucking fine you and like just like surprise you at any given moment. Compared to like virtually every other country, where cop cars are actually designed with like these checkered like yellow and orange like in bright colors that you can see from a mile away, because you know what their interpretation of enforcing and protecting the community is hey, we want people to know like where we are like a mile away so they can wave us down for help when they need us. But our police cars are made so they can sneak up on you and grab you in the fucking middle of the night if they ever need to at any given moment. Inside, Anna said the detectives took turns raping her in the back seat as the van cruised the dark streets, and she sat handcuffed, crying, and repeatedly telling them no. Now, this is all alleged. I want to make that clear. This is all alleged. But that's not really the reason why I'm reading this. It's more horror than that. And I honestly, I believe her. I do. Between assaults, she said the van... Maybe I'm just biased, but I do believe her. Between assaults, she said the van pulled over so the cops could switch drivers. Less than an hour later, a few minutes drive from where it all began, the detectives dropped Anna off on the side of the road, a quarter mile from the police station. Surveillance footage showed she stood on the sidewalks, her arms wrapped around her chest, looking up and down dimly lit street and pacing slowly before bothering a cell phone from a passerby to call a friend. The cops made no arrest, issued no citation, filed no paperwork about the stops. Hours later, Anna and her mother went to a hospital where Anna told two detectives had to send... So yeah, she said basically she did all the right fucking things here, alright? She did all the right fucking things to make me believe. Seaman collected Anna's rape kit matched the DNA that did... Okay, so Anna... Rape kit... Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my fucking god. This shit, okay, I know I said, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I only read, like, the first half of this article. I really wanted to focus on 35, but yeah, no, absolutely, she's totally fucking, this has totally been a fucking rape. Both have resigned since from the force and have been charged with fucking rape. So enough to get them to resign. They got rid of the bad cops, you guys. Don't you fret and don't you frown. But, simple case, 2 cops had sex with a woman in their custody in the middle of their shift. A Facebook friend questioned whether there was enough evidence to dispute the officer's claim that the was consensual. Anna wrote back, listen, man, it didn't fucking matter. They were on duty, police officers. It's a fucking violation. These are people we call out for help, not to get fucked. And that's a good fucking point. That's a good fucking point. But Anna didn't know that in New York there is no law specifically stating that it is illegal for police officers or sheriff's deputies in the field to have sex with someone in their custody. No law. Why isn't there a fucking law, you ask? Well, 35 states armed law... Well, it is in one of 35 states. This could be in your state. It's probably in your state, all likelihood, where armed law enforcement officers can evade sexual assault charges by claiming that such an encounter, from groping to intercourse, was consensual. Basically, in 35 states, a cop can basically just rape you and just say, nah, he did it. He can just rape you in broad daylight in front of all, like, in front of 100 fucking witnesses. And nah, she consents, even though she's screaming no at the top of her lungs. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. They're your friends. They're here to help you. They're here to enforce the law. They're all about law and order. If this shit was in, like, any other fucking country, we'd have invaded by now. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, so some cops, some states, thankfully enough, were you know, have civilized police. You know, Oregon. But yeah, that's the point. You just live in a country where, I just want to phrase this real quickly, 35 states, that's one short of being a federal law. If one more state, I don't know why they would, but if one more state just had a real bad, like, fuck woman, like, mentality that doesn't already have it already, and just decided, hey, you know what, you know, rape's cool, any cop can just rape whoever they want in all 50 states. And would be as, like, as enshrined as, like, any other federal law. Essentially, other than, like, an amendment. Which I doubt that'll happen, but I don't know. I have been wrong before. I always think we cross the line. It's insane. It's just the fucking insanity of this. And I'm supposed to read this fucking Tommy Sotomayor lookalike guy's fucking shit and feel, like, bad that I want the cops to change their behavior and I want laws and regulations on the police. I'm supposed to feel bad for that. No, fuck that. Oh yeah, I'm very funny. Every time someone says a million, I think they're saying billion. Yeah. Yeah. God, shit's fucked, man. Just shit is fucked. I don't want to stop talking about politics for a moment. We'll just talk about shit. Just everything. God. Really, the only reason why I'm doing this stream is because I haven't done a stream in such a really long time. I almost kind of forgot how to just talk. Like, I have, like, this problem every single time I get on stream where, like, I just, like, scream to myself, like, you're a fucking retard, you're an idiot, nobody wants to hear you say, nobody fucking cares, and I know that's just my fucking brain chemicals a lot of times, and a lot of it's just kind of, like, my history of, like, of my upbringing, but, you know, it's just tough, and I want to train the skill. I've done some streams that I'm proud of, and once I get in, like, a mode, I feel like I get a lot better. But that's pretty much everything I want to talk about. I kind of want to look at that Project Veritas video, but Vosh already did. But it's not like it. I don't fucking care. I'll just watch it. That's the problem. Is that, like, I want to watch. All the shit I want to react to always gets reacted to by, like, other streamers that I watch, and I worry that, like, if I've seen something, that means everybody else has seen something, and if you've seen something from somebody else, that means Project Vosh. God damn it. That means that, like, nobody wants to see what I have to say about it, even if I have to say very similar things. But whatever. I just gotta get rid of that fear. So fuck it. Let's just watch that most recent Project Veritas video. Alright. Oh, there's a part 2. I don't know if he reacted to this one. Breaking one of the... Oh, yeah. No, he has. He's reacted to both of these. Infiltrates Antifa. I love this video.
I've been undercover.
He's been undercover. Don't worry, guys.
With
he's under a lot of covers. He's wearing glasses. He's wearing a mask. He's been undercover for quite a while. And it's very hot out, so... Feel bad for him.
City Antifa since July of 2000. Depending
July
on
of...
setting, if I were to be caught or found out.
What? Like, look, I mean, he's not even doing anything to, like, really mask his fucking voice. Anybody who even, like, remotely knows who this guy is could find him if they really wanted to. They're doing a terrible job of covering this man's identity.
In a setting where I am present with them, it could escalate to violence again.
Communism. 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 It's coming to get ya. Coming soon.
Against me.
Don't be
Scary. Yeah, you know, like, all my favorite, like, journalist, all my favorite, like, breaking news stories always was accompanied by, like, a score from a sad movie. You know? From, like, a scary, like, political thriller. That's what journalism is.
fucking guy with the goddamn spiked brass knuckles getting photos taken of you. Police are gonna be like, perfect, we can prosecute these f***ers. Look how violent they are. Right? Not that we're not, but we need to hide it.
Yeah. Basically, this whole video is just them overreacting to Antifa. That's all it is. They desperately, and I want to be clear, this isn't just some retards on the internet. This video has, like, clips of this video has been played on, like, Fox News, alright? So there are millions of people watching this shit and, like, shitting their pants over the communists coming with the brass knuckles to take our guns. Yeah. Guy, hey mom? Yes, honey? Could you check under my bed for Antifa? I'm scared. Oh. This is a real snidely whiplash. Athens, Greece. What the fuck do we have against Athens, Greece now? Like, holy shit, we're in Greece? Antifa? I'm not Antifa, I'm just kidding. I just like to pretend I'm a member of Antifa. Just now that it's like it's almost a fucking Antifa group, I'm just gonna pretend to be Antifa. In fact, I am the CEO of Antifa, everybody. Watch out. My code name is Snidely Whiplash. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when we set sick of a bunch of fucking Antifa soldiers, super soldiers on this guy with a blue coat. It was like, fuck that guy in a blue coat for no reason. Because I hate blue. It reminds me of the police, and it reminds me of that one color of the American flag. ARG. It's not red like communist flag is. Yeah. Everything bad that happens in the world is Antifa. You get fired from your job, Antifa. You can't get it up anymore, it's Antifa. You can't get to sleep at night, Antifa. You get stuck in traffic, it's Antifa. Just everything. Just all this shaky cam footage zooming up on a guy with a fucking, like, yeah. Now Vosh pointed out to me, this video, very suspiciously cut, because as he took that gun out of his car, he immediately gave it up. Immediately. Just basically just handed it directly to the officer. The whole point of that was that they were being pulled over by cops and being searched for their weapons. And they're like, okay, officer, here's the gun. Here you go. That's it. You can't even hand a gun. You can't even, like, hand your guns over without being accused of being a fucking horrible... Like, these people would be... If this was, like, anybody else, they'd be waving a fucking gun around and they'd be totally... Like, seriously. If this is a fucking right-winger protesting, I don't know, getting a haircut or, fucking being able to, beat a woman into getting an abortion or some shit, then it's... into not getting an abortion or some shit, then it would be totally fine. But unfortunately, we live in a world where like only protesters that actually want to effectively change something get the soft gloves, get the kid gloves. That's the fact of the matter. But if you watch this video, you would have no higher context because this is just totally manipulative.
So currently I am a prospect for Rose City Antifa, and I
A prospect for what? Let's hear that again.
Prospecting process. So currently I am a prospect for Rose City Antifa.
Antifa? Did they forget to blur that out too? Was they supposed to blur out like the random like name? That's my theory. There's some really shit editors on this. It was just like Antifa, Antifa. Because I can't hear a fucking word that he's saying. He's like Russia Antifa.
And I am about halfway through the prospecting process to become a full-fledged member.
Full-fledged member of Antifa. By the way, guys, we're having a promo code right now for Antifa. As a CEO of Antifa, I got a great new advertisement for y'all. If you use promo code Soros sent me, you can get 20% off your first month of the Antifa subscription. Apply now and get a free gift. Link in the description.
Antifa.
Oh no.
If you ruin their day, if you like heckle them, you make them feel.
That's me right there. Hold on. That's me giving my meeting at Antifa HQ. That's in the high school basement. Yeah, right there. The portly man.
Ruin their day if you like heckle them.
If you
make them
heckle
feel
them,
like they look
like I feel like they're
ridiculous.
looking
You
ridiculous.
make them feel outnumbered, and therefore their whole "yay yay America" Trump thing is going to go by the wayside.
Oh no.
They
Oh, he said Rose City Antifa. I don't even know what the fuck Rose City is. I mean, of course I've been there. I conduct all my meetings, but right there in that high school basement where no one. See, the secret is that no one would ever expect to find a horrible terrorist cell in the basement of a fucking place in Rose City. What the fuck is a Rose City? He even got a sweatshirt. We make merchandise. Go into the description. Pay $35 and you can get your own little Rose City Antifa sweatshirt that you can wear to any rally you like.
reached out to
Punch a cop while wearing that, would ya?
me through Proton Mail, and
Proton Mail.
we went back and forth, and
They sent me emails. Emails! Dun 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 dun.
was an interview set to meet up in Portland. So to verify that it was me, they had me wear a white shirt and have a water bottle and
Yeah.
show up at a Starbucks where a person was going to ID me and approach me.
Person was gonna ID you and approach you. Oh fuck. Oh shit. They shouldn't be like concerned at all by this shit because, you know, they're having people fucking track their underground fucking meetings and like fucking doxing people just for existing while being part of this non-organization.
And asked who I was, and I told them, and I followed them to the
Hey, you guys, one time I was doing a charity thing. This is all totally true. I was doing a charity thing where I had to box toys for like Toys for Tots just before Christmas. And before I could work for them, I had to go to a Starbucks and they had to match my picture with my ID and make sure I was who they said it was. This is totally real. What is Toys for Tots doing? Is Soros and Bill Gates funding Toys for Tots? Dun, 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 dun. Next Project Veritas video right there.
destination where the interview was going to be held.
I love this dramatic view of the fucking like water
Followed them
bottle.
to
Like this is the last thing he sees as he's walking into the lion's den, just staring intently at his water bottle.
the destination.
Very
where
artistic choice. I'm surprised this isn't in black and white.
the interview
It kind of is in black and
was
white.
going to be held.
Was that a homeless drifter just sitting on the side of the street? Okay.
There.
All right. Thanks for this, guys. I mean, I guess it establishes that they're going to a place. That's an establishing shot.
We went to a place called Imperial.
Imperial. Oh, Imperial. They're imperialists.
They were getting this trade craft
It's a code.
from someone else, someone with much more experience, someone who did this for her living. Caroline, which is
Caroline Victorin.
the founder of RC,
Okay, so this person has been blocked all across social media, has gotten like death threats from every fucking corner, just for having an association with this group. But they shouldn't want to have any sort of anonymity. She's been harassed off the fucking internet by retards like this moron.
husband, who is a dual citizen.
A dual citizen. Now, what he fails to mention, I think he fails to mention, I'm not sure, but he's a dual citizen. He's from Sweden. He's from Sweden. Is Sweden trying to take over America? Maybe. Maybe. They're trying to give us the health care, the socialist, communist health care they have in Sweden, don't you know?
So there's a back and forth with the European connection.
Back and forth, the European connection.
Rose City Antifa holds required lectures for prospecting.
Like, her only connection is that she's just married to a guy who happens to be an immigrant. Dun, 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 dun. This is like no different than the fucking like the Russia Gate nonsense. Like seriously, if she had married like a fucking Russian dude, that would be the angle. I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it. The angle would be she's a fucking Ruski. Here from communist Russia trying to dissensionalize America, and they would see no irony in making the same exact accusations that they do of the same exact criticisms they do of the left.
Members in secret, and in other words,
Business hours. Hey, do you think they were closed? Notice there's a lot of closed days. Hold on.
required
See? Look, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, closed. What are they doing? What kind of restaurant is closed 3 days a week? What are they doing on Mondays? Tuesdays and Wednesdays? Guess we'll never know.
lectures for prospecting.
Every time, every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, they get the Antifa Super Soldier Serum Sauce injected into a newborn baby boy and raise him in a vial to fight the cops. I guarantee it.
Members in secret, and in other words, bookstore, before they open. And as part of their security
Before
culture,
they
they
open.
require us to put our phones in the bathroom next door. This bathroom is not only away from the main room,
They have measures to keep you from recording their meetings. How much you want to bet? Like, look, I guarantee you, if you brought a camera or something into like a Project Veritas meeting, you would find shit way more fucking heinous about like how we're going to manipulate people and how like, hey, look, this audio is giving a little bit. We need like this propaganda. They've been working on this video for 3 fucking months. I want to set this like passion projects that people have made in like 3 months. Like should look a lot better than this. But this is like what all their funding has gone to for the past 3 months.
taking place, but also
I mean,
have
apparently it paid off. I mean, it got on Fox fucking
a
News.
fan that
God, the grift is so fucking easy. Why am I wasting my time with this leftism shit? Am I like appealing to honesty shit? Why am I even bothering? All I gotta do is this person knows a brown person, therefore crime. It's the easiest grift in the world.
any sound from the room.
The whole goal of this, right, is to get out there and
Oh,
do
no.
dangerous things as safely as possible.
Yeah. Vosh sat there and read up the build-up things. It's all very tame shit they basically put on the board that they flashed right through. Just incredibly tame, like, hey, look, we're gonna try our hardest to make sure everybody else is safe. We're not gonna fucking go out and start violence, but, like, it's all just self-defense. That's all this is. You're not allowed to practice self-defense anymore? What the fuck? Why not?
Is Antifa or RCA in particular?
Practice things like an eye gouge. It takes very little pressure to injure someone's eyes.
Yeah. No, it's
They
true.
do not-
If someone's attacking you, go for the eyes, everybody. If some fucking rando in a fucking, like, Proud Boys $300 t-shirt fucking comes up to you and, like, starts attacking you, poke their fucking eyes. Do it. I don't care. If anybody attacks you, if an Antifa attacks you, if George Soros' a merry band of misfits attacks you, just do it. Poke them in the eyes. Do it. I know, scary.
Not hesitate to either push back or incite some kind of violence. In our classes and
They push back. We push them and they push back.
in our meetings, any sort of demonstration or black bloc, you know, we talk about weapons detail and what we carry and what we should have. What is black bloc? Well, this is black bloc right now. The term is used to a tactic in which individuals conceal their identity to look uniform so that
They concealed their identity. Again, why wouldn't they? They should. Like, what the fuck? Honestly, like, in this age, like, could you protest anything without concealing your identity? Can you have any opinion that's even mildly, like, against the status quo without, while concealing, or even for the status quo? Could you have any opinion without, like, where like, hiding your identity isn't a good idea unless you're, like, some established figure and like, come on. Like, if you're just some rando and you want to do some activism and you just want to kind of exist and stand for something and just, like, and stand around some other protesters and, like, help them be fucking beaten and arrested in mass riots, like, why the fuck would you want to show your face to the world when you could be, like, fucking harassed off of every website and be declared a fucking terrorist? Again, when Antifa kills a single fucking person, then we could talk about criminalizing them in any single way or even asking a question. So, but at that point, I haven't seen that shit happen. They can't provide a single fucking example.
no one can be identified in an act of a crime. With RCA, it
No one can
seems
be identified in the
much
act
more
of... Yeah, no shit! Do you want to fucking be identified in an act of a crime?
shirt, almost like a company. Or
It's
like,
almost like a company. Yeah, it's funny like the fucking weasel words they have to use. It's almost sort of kind of like a company when you squint your eyes and look at the sun, you know? It's almost kind of sort of like a hierarchy, kind of. Like there was a guy there who gave advice, you know? It's like a company.
a business.
It's like a business.
So-
It's like one.
You know, I
But not.
feel like there is some type of outside funding, influence, or resources being used.
Consider like,
Outside funding or resources. Okay, look, Soros, he writes me a lot of money, but I pocket all that money, okay? Everybody, they bring their own sweatpants, they bring their own, well, sometimes they'll buy my, link in the description, you can buy my sweatshirt like this gentleman so kindly has. He looks really good. I mean, all things aside, he looks great in my Rose City Antifa sweatshirt. That being said, though, you could bring your own sweatshirt of any color, preferably black or gray. We also accept red, but if it's gotta be like that kind of blood red, you know? And it's gotta like complement your black pants. It's not too strict, but you know, just trying to dress with a theme, you know? But yeah, we don't really need a lot of funding. You know, you just need like a couple of rings for like brass knuckles. It's like $45 a person, and we don't even provide a cent. I just take all my Soros money and I go. See that projector I use right there? That was like $50.
destroying your enemy, not like delivering a really awesome right hand, left eye blow. You know, it's not boxing, it's not kickboxing. It's like
Destroy your enemy. Sweep the leg. Basic fucking shit. Retired. What happened to him? He retired. He was removed. They caught him and they slit his fucking throat. And this tape was actually uncovered like his fucking apartment room 6 months after he died. Okay, they thought they burned down everything, but they kept a little tiny fucking microchip. We thought we got rid of all the evidence, but we couldn't get it all. Damn it! Damn it! Fuck! We almost plugged the leak. Be brave. Do be brave. Do something, but don't like take any measures to protect yourself or your identity. Oh, excellent. They restarted the video. I just want to take a look at some of these amazing comments from these very intellectual people. Let's not let YouTube take it down. Gosh, YouTube is after us, just like they took down Plandemic. They are probably getting outside funding. Yeah, George Soros funded Antifa via an unrelated party. All right, let me see what this is about. I'm curious now. CapitalResearch.org. What is Antifa and why should anybody care about it? All right, who's fucking writing this? Matthew Vadoom. Vadoom. Who's Matthew Vadoom? Oh, shit. Yeah, Matthew Vadoom. Award-winning journalist, author of Subversion. Award-winning investigative journalist. Matthew Vadoom's work is cited by Fox News, Weekly Standard, Wall Street, USA Today, blah, blah, blah. Who is... New York City is lying about coronavirus death rates. Matthew Vadoom. During the Epoch Times, the award-winning investigative journalist recognized expert in left-wing activism. Recognized expert in left-wing activism. Alright. See if there's any controversy. Put that in the no-no square real quick. So like I feel like there might be something, but for the most part, hold on. Okay, from what I can tell, this Matthew Vadoom guy is pretty legit. Okay, let me see what he has to say. The left's explosive, prolonged rage at the election of President Donald Trump on November 8th gave new life to the ultra-violent leftist movement known as Antifa. Ultra-violent leftist movement known as Antifa. Ultra-violent. So when they kill their first person, do they become super-duper ultra-violent, or is ultra-violent just anything more violent than, like, gentle shove? As a result, Antifa, which has been described as a revolutionary, communist, anarchist, militia. Movement that aspires to forcibly overthrow the United States government. Okay, who the fuck doesn't aspire to overthrow the United States government, first of all? Like, seriously. You can't you can't swing a dead cat around the room and find somebody who on some level wants to overthrow the government. Have you seen the approval ratings of Congress? They're like fucking less than like cockroaches and dog turds, okay? Reports of Antifa violence are everywhere. Antifa's hiding under your mattress, they're hiding in your closet, they're everywhere. Which is why the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has quietly designated Antifa, quietly designated Antifa as domestic terrorists. They're coming to get you. They're coming. Look, I don't want to say this. I am an Arab man. Okay, when I was 6 years old, fucking 9/11 happened. All right, and I was like bullied for it for my entire fucking like life, really. Don't make terrorism cool, like uncool. There are so many people we would consider terrorists. Like, if we applied this reasoning, okay? Like, is Luke Skywalker a terrorist? Is Han Solo a terrorist? They fight the Empire, they blow shit up, they fucking commit acts of violence, and like, I mean, at one point does all the difference mean between terrorism and like patriotism mean whether or not you're winning or losing? Like, would the founding fathers be considered terrorists if they lost the American Revolution? Like, honestly, reports of Antifa violence are everywhere. Antifa is not a single organization. It is a movement of... Okay, he's got that right. It is a movement or coalition of leftist groups, each of which claims to combat fascism, of course. A political ideology whose definition academics have been arguing about for decades. Okay, hold on. A political... Fascism... Okay, it's pretty well understood what fascism is. It's just like state control of pretty much everything around you. There's not really, I mean, there are people, like in the common, like, catalog usage of it, fascism means, like, pretty much anything bad you don't like the government doing. Like, let's be honest about that much. But in academia, fascism is pretty well understood as a term. I mean, yeah, they've been arguing about it, but, like, you know, the whole point of being an academic is to argue about shit. That's what academics do. Yeah, it's a Trunzian of anti-fascist, right. It's gained new prominence in the post-Obama era. They trace their roots back to Nazi Germany, although they oppose the Sturma blah, 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 or Nazi stormtroopers. The SAO, they also use violence to intimidate political opponents and break up. They trace their roots back to Nazi Germany. Okay, I'm looking this up. Okay, I need to look that seems. What the fuck is he talking about? Sturma Teilung or Nazi stormtroopers. They trace their roots back to Nazi Germany, although they oppose the Sturma Teilung SA or Nazi stormtroopers. Like the SA, they also used violence to intimidate political opponents and break up their meetings and rallies. Now, what the fuck does that mean? I want to see what the basis of this is. Does Antifa trace their roots back to Germany? Because that can mean a lot of fucking things. Funded by Servos. God damn it. Antifa in Germany publishing writing how-to booklet. Ugh. I'm trying to find something that's not fucking biased as shit. I'm trying to find, at least not biased, but at least want to hear like what the argument is. I want to hear somebody say from the words of their own fucking mouth that Antifa was started in Nazism. Like somebody on Antifa's side, essentially. I want to hear that being said. Because that's just, what the fuck are you talking about? And I feel like if I went up to like any Antifa person and just said like, hey, how do you feel about Nazis? They'd just say, fuck them. Like, they wouldn't say, well, you know, we have a complicated relationship with the Nazis. On one hand, you know, fuck Nazis. But on the other hand, Nazis make some good points. I don't feel like that would happen. You know, it's all, everything I look back to, it's coming back to this Matthew Fadoom guy. So is this just this Matthew, first thing I looked up when I looked this up was Liberty headlines, and it's some guy citing Matthew Vadum. Matthew, what is this your grift? Yeah, he's citing this article. So, what's his sort of citation for this? Does he have a citation for this? The fuck? Oh, this is the wrong article. Shit. Like the essay, they also use violence. So pretty much the only thing that they combine with is like saying like, hey, look, you know, they don't like the stormtroopers, but they did use violence to get what they want. Like, what did they do to get, like, that can mean anything. That can mean like I punched a fucking Nazi to get him away from like hurting some Jewish girl. That's using violence to break up a rally, or like what the fuck does that mean? Like, there's no citation in any of this. Alright, determining who funds Antifa isn't difficult because the movement is highly... And also, you know, George Soros, he escaped the fucking Holocaust, alright? He was a fucking teenager during all this shit, alright? So, like, this idea that they're constantly trying to bring it back... Is that the connection he's about to draw? Is he about to draw the connection that George Soros is a Nazi? Is that what's about to happen here? Determining who funds Antifa is difficult because the movement is highly decentralized and consists of private individuals and loosely affiliated groups. Yeah, okay. What, again, we haven't even addressed that Antifa needs funding. What do they need funding for? I don't see Antifa advertisements every time I turn on the fucking TV. What do they fund? Like, this, I mean, like, are those jackets really expensive? Is that what's going on here? That funders like Soros and the Democratic Party have paid protesters and some... Yeah, everybody does astroturfing, jackass. Groups like the Violent Black Bloc refers to a set of tactics, not a group. Yeah, everything is always just about a set of tactics or a movement or no centralized group. They can never find, like, the CEO of the Black Bloc. Typically aren't motivated by money, but instead come to protest because of their anti-American ideology. Yeah, why would people who are being murdered by the cops want to have an anti-American ideology? Their base criminal desires and their thrill-seeking. Disgusting. Disgusting. Nonetheless, the left-wing billionaire George Soros has ties to Antifa through a group called the Alliance for Global Justice. Soros' philanthropy, known at the time as Open System, blah, 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 gave $100,000 to AFGJ. Now, who is AFG? Oh, let's see what Hugh says AFGJF is. Well, let's see. He's doing a terrible job with the grammar. Like, why the fuck is this a link? That doesn't go anywhere, I don't think. Let me see if it does. Oh, damn it. Press the wrong one. Okay, this actually goes somewhere. I thought that was like him accidentally not spacing it out, and that was like an auto link that just goes nowhere. Communist funding the Great Resistance, Alliance for Global Justice. Obscure left-wing nonprofit Alliance for Global Justice punches well above its weight. The organization serves as a conduit, helping funds flow through radical and American. During the silent days of the Cold War, communists developed a clever tactic for infiltrating the mainstream of American society, whether they organized and they never used the term communist in their name. Rather, communists would give the organization a professional-sounding title, like American Youth for Democracy, blah, blah, after the Cold War. The hefty dollop of sanctum. Like what? Is there a thing in the world that George Soros hasn't done? Could, like, this guy's house be rained out without George Soros or Antifa doing it? Isn't it just possible, and hear me out, isn't it just possible that sometimes riots happen? You know, this one time, a riot broke out after a basketball team won. Who was funding that? Sometimes people get really fucking agitated with the system. Sometimes that shit just happens. Okay, fiscal sponsors to refuse fascism. Okay, and also like $50,000. Like how far does $50,000 really fucking go? Like, let's be honest in this shit. And like as far as astroturfing goes, like this happened like what, fucking 4 years ago? $50,000, that couldn't afford you a fucking base in Detroit for 4 years. Like what? Charging the group receiving the donation as a processing fee. Created in the weeks of Donald Trump's unexpected... Yeah, of course that happened. But the Trump participated in a riot. The rioting cost more than $5,000. Okay, those numbers always pumped up. Relax. Yeah. With the goal of preventing conservative conservationists. Whatever. Oh my god. Again, there's no hierarchy here. They can't even, like, demonstrate a hierarchy in any fucking way. It's all just fucking conspiracy theory shit. That's all Vadim. That's all. Basically, from what I see, every time I look this shit up, I see Matthew Vadum's fucking name. That's all this is. This is just some guy willing to slap his face and act like he has credibility to give these dumbass fucking articles for a paycheck. Well, these people don't realize. Like, that's the funny thing. There's way more fucking money in fucking right-wing activism than there is in fucking left-wing activism. I wish that fucking left-wingers had the fucking funding that all these other organizations had. Like, the big fucking to-do is all about $50,000 that was given by Soros to this one group that's somehow kind of sort of related to fucking Antifa. Like, based on some of these shaky connections. $50,000, like, it's supposed to fund that for fucking, like, 50 fucking years. It's just absurd. I guarantee you I can find way more fucking money moving around in fucking Matthew Vadum's fucking circles than this. Fuck this shit. Yeah. What is it like left-wingers are the only fucking community that, like, can't make money without it being nefarious? Yeah. Yeah, he's not a fascist. He just wants to fucking beat everybody down with his police, with his private military force. It's fine. Everything's fine. Blah, 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 blah. Tifa infected, blah, blah. Okay, I don't need their fucking rap sheet. Thank you. Thank you, dude. So it's going down. The Utah's blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there's nothing. That's it. That's all they got. That's all they got. That's what got this retard fucking convinced. This Farias guy. Oh, not him. No, he's fine. He's just worried if they're gonna take it down. But yeah, Boss Hog. Boss Hog. Yeah, yet no one realizes we're in the midst of a civil war. Yeah. Lesson that went great. Oh, look, he's a fucking, what is that called? This fucking, shit. Oh, fuck. There's a fake religion that this guy oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god, guys. The rabbit hole is getting crazy. Holy shit. Hold up. Okay, hold on. God damn it. I need this. I know there's, hold on. Don't. Oh my god, what is this fucking, oh my god, hold on. Oh no, please, I need to find it. Okay, I know where to find this. This is gonna be worth it, I promise. Oh, god damn it. Okay, this might be it. Holy shit. You guys, you have no idea how deep this rabbit hole goes. We're about to find out everything we need to know about this Junior Gaston guy, if that is his real name. Holy shit, no. That's not it. Oh, damn it, that's not it that I'm looking for. Holy shit, it's right there. God damn it. It's... Okay, I'm gonna give this 2 more minutes of research, or I can't find it. We'll have to look into this later, because holy shit, we're about to crack the whole code. Oh, god damn it, I have to log in. Fuck me. Continue with Facebook. Yeah. Continue with Facebook. Blah, 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 blah. Log in. Please, give me in. I'm in, boys. You're about to see some undercover journalism. Oh, God. Oh, no. Please. Okay. PA. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I found it. There it is. Holy shit.
TJ.
Come on.
Perfect fit for him.
No, I don't want to fucking listen to you. Shut up, Scotty. It's not your turn to talk yet. No, 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 no. There, I got it. Holy shit, I got it. I know it. The Church of the Subgenius. What is the Church of the Subgenius, you might ask? J.R. Bob Dobbs has entered the world and he is gaining in slack and power every day. Junior Gaston, more like Bob. Junior? Okay, J.R. Junior. You think that's a coincidence? There's no way that's a coincidence. But what is the Church of the Subgenius? We ain't dated yet. Oh yeah, shut up. As if you aren't responsible, Junior. We're publishing, again, actual books on paper. We're trying to find your fucking shit. What are you about? No, no, no. See if I can find an article that explains, like, their core tenets. That's what I want. The Church of the Subgenius is a dangerous UFO mind control suicide cult, and its followers are called the Subgenii because they are stupid and follow idiotic slogans and give up their hard-earned cash in exchange for meaningless titles. This is a dangerous group, y'all. They're dangerous. They're coming to get you. Why does the Church of the Subgenius have a need to squash Antifa, us peaceful people? Well, and you may be wondering, is this guy really a cultist? Is this Junior Gaston, if that is his real name? What did Junior Gaston allege? I need to remember. Junior Gaston, no one yet realizes we're in the midst of a civil war. Are we in a civil war, Junior? Are you cultivating a civil war? Oh my god. And you may be wondering, I'm just going off this picture, but what are the core tenets of the Church of the Subgenius? And I looked this up, and I remember this. Is that if you ever have a picture of you, or if you display a picture of you with a pipe, a corncob pipe in your mouth and smiling, you are a member of the Church of the Subgenius. Even if you did that on accident, completely accidentally, you are a member of the Church of the Subgenius. But here he is, right there. Is he a founding member? Why does Project Veritas have ties to the Church of the Subgenius? Why? This foxhole gets deeper and deeper every fucking day. The rabbit hole. Do people think you're strange? Do you? Could save your sanity. This is a really... They're asking people to quit their job and slack off. It's dangerous. It's deadly. Now, there's no hierarchical structure of the Church of the Subgenii, unfortunately. But there is ties of their funding somewhere I'm sure I could find. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. We gotta stop these thugs. I don't know. Guys, it's really fucking rumor. Max Brass? Who the fuck? I don't give a shit. Got this. Okay, Block Content is the worst channel on YouTube. Let me just say that. Okay, that's not true. But he's basically the worst channel on YouTube. The only reason why I'm so subscribed to this guy is because, like, I mean, it's almost worthless, but he does give you, like, the first hint. Like, when, I really much am subscribed to him only for the leaks. The problem is there's so many fucking fake leaks on his fucking channel that it's almost pointless. And when there's a real leak, I don't even know if it's true. I really only watch it for background noise. But the truth of the matter is, there's good shit on this channel. I guarantee, I promise you. There's shit on this channel that nobody ever fucking, that I wish was, is really the only reason why I'm subscribed to this shit, honestly. It's really just like a fucking hub of shit just randomly churning out 10-minute plus videos, like all the worst videos on YouTube. But there's actually good shit here, and it fucking infuriates me. I mean, look at this. The Snake Codec. Hold on. Play Mario Color Splash, blah, 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 blah. Is this all that's fucking... Okay, there's more than this, but there's good shit here. And it pisses me off. What the fuck? Oh, you were doing a terrible job with your channel. Why is this here? No, okay, here. Terry Bogard versus Snake. Let's just watch this one, okay?
So, I paid real money for Ken wearing a hat.
Snake, that's Terry Bogard, a world-class fighter who's fluent in kickboxing and kung fu. He's a fighting expert, and those guns can pack more of a punch than any of your firearms. Above all else, Terry Bogard is a true American.
Created by the Japanese and owned by the Chinese. All American, all right.
Watch your mouth, soldier. But better yet, watch your footwork. With Terry's signature neutral special
Signature?
move,
That's not a
he'll
signature.
incinerate
I mean,
the
it
ground
kinda is.
below in an attempt to catch you off balance. Power Wave might not be strong, but it can be incredibly effective in avoiding your attention.
It's so good.
In true fighting game fashion, sometimes you gotta throw out a left swing for the right one to connect.
That's good shit. That's great. I love it. This could be, and there's tons of this shit too. There's good shit on this channel. And it comes out so rarely though. They've got Joker versus Snake Codex, Palutena versus Snake versus Piranha Plant. They got all this shit of like people just talking with each other and like voice acting with actually pretty decent voice acting. This is done in-house. And this could be all this channel has, but it's so rare, it's so far and in between. And there's good shit here. Like, it's not amazing, but it's like, it's good. I like it. Most of it's Snake, probably because like, I bet that's probably the only voice this guy knows how to do, because every other voice is like somebody else. But like, yeah. And they don't just have like Snake Codex, they also have like Palutena's Guide and stuff. They have like a series that was like on Banjo and Kazooie, reacting to other fighters. Like, that's good stuff. But everything they churn out, like 9 out of 10 videos, even more so, like 99 out of 100 videos, is just some like some fucking like thread on 4chan that just alleges anything. And then like starting about 8 minutes of like, buy my shit and watch my podcast and gives me monies and here's a sweepstakes. No, come on, it's so good, but this is what gets clicks. Unfortunately, this is what people care about. Like nobody like how many views does this have? Let's see. This is the most recent one, I think. Like this had like this last video from 2 days ago, 12,000 views. What does this have? 16,000. Okay, decent amount, but this probably takes more effort, and that's kind of the sad thing. Ah, it's so sad. It's so sad. And that's literally the only reason why I'm subscribed to this channel. But yeah, it's the worst channel on here that I'm subscribed to. Probably not the worst. I mean, I've got some fucking shit that I hate, but at least they're there because I hate them. At least it inspires an emotion. Megalovania. What are you playing Megalovania for again? Oh, god damn it. Fuck you, Alpharad. You suck. You're great. I love you. I'm sorry. 2 protests, 2 responses, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. Ah, fuck. I want to see what Senator Sanders has to say.
I am your president of law and order.
Yeah.
And an ally of
all peaceful protesters, guys. He's an ally. Hey, like, you know, one of these times, you know, I was at a protest and my food didn't have enough pepper on it, and a nice police officer came by and sprayed some pepper for me, you know? Yeah! Look, he's helping people. That guy, he was like, please, I need salt and pepper for my fries. Here you go, sir. Very helpful. No, don't worry. Yeah, no, this is really interesting. Yeah, look at this. Look, okay, this is during fucking COVID and shit, alright? Like, during, like, almost the height of it. Like maybe a few weeks after, like, the fucking peak of COVID. And these people, no masks, are just being gently, like, caressed by, like, a nice, friendly police officer. Screaming in their fucking face with guns. Totally fine. Totally good. No, that's fine. But if you, have a peaceful protest, where you're just minding your own business, you're gonna get locked into an area and fucking tear gassed. Which is a fucking war crime, I'm gonna say. Like, forcing somebody into, like, encasing a fucking person who hasn't been arrested, encasing anybody, is a fucking, and like, tear gassing them, and it's a fucking war crime. That is shit that the Geneva Convention would be against. They seem to be very... Like, if this was any other country, we would consider this fucking motivation for invading. If this was South America, we'd be there right now.
People to me, but it's, you know, they've been treated a little bit rough.
President Trump is encouraging the protests, tweeting, liberate Virginia, liberate Michigan, liberate Minnesota.
I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers.
In full riot gear, the police marched into the street.
Yeah, their guns fucking drawn and like pointing directly at people. That's not shit. That's the shit you're not even supposed to be doing in fucking like war scenarios. Trained fucking soldiers shouldn't be doing that. If you're going to have your gun, you should have it, like, not even, like, on you. You should have it, like strapped on your back. And, like, in incredibly tense scenarios, then you could have it below your waist.
The Minneapolis police later fired tear gas and sent the crowd screaming.
Yeah.
Innocent people.
If this was, I mean, it gets compared a lot to the COVID protesters, but I think it's more interesting to compare to the fucking Hong Kong protesters. When this is the Hong Kong protesters, or even the French rioters, like, this was treated with so much more, like, romance by the fucking right. But now that it's, like, happening on their own fucking streets, they're fucking quivering. They're quivering. Ugh. It's fucking insane. Everything's insane. Everything sucks. Everybody fucks.
That happened whatsoever. The police pulled into this intersection, split the crowd, started firing in both directions.
Oh, that's Ali. He comes to our Antifa meetings all the time. I actually gave him a script to read all this, just by the way, so just ignore this.
I will fight to protect you.
Protesters kneeling and raising their hands in peaceful demonstration. But then, almost suddenly, U.S. Park and Secret Service police began shoving and hitting.
These are
Oh, holy shit. Oh, I want to see that dude again.
Suddenly,
Look at this fucking cop right here. He's like in his mind, he thinks he's Captain America.
Secret Service police
It's
began
like boom,
shoving
boom,
and
yeah. He just, did you see? Was it a cameraman he did that too?
U.S. Park and
Like, look at this
Secret
guy.
Service
He's just
police
fucking
began
running around,
shoving
and then just like right there, this dude's minding his own business around a corner, just filming all this chaos. And fucking Captain America here, Steve Rogers, evil twin, just fucking bashes him right in the stomach.
hitting.
These are acts.
Oh my god, this is insane.
Terror.
Domestic terror. Domestic terror. Ugh. Look at that. Oh my god. Nah, guys, it's cool. Oh, why'd you drop out, Sanders? What the fuck are you doing? You could have stuck it out, like, really. God. We need a leftist strongman, as much as I hate to say it. we need like a leftist fascist. Just to, like, at least, like, something like, honestly, I'm not saying like a left Trump, but I am saying a left Trump. That's what we need. At least that would win. Like, somebody kind of like if Sanders had like 40 less IQ points, and like honestly, what we need is we need somebody to be like, what we need is we need like a strong man on the left, and we need Sanders to be his VP. That would save this country. If that happened, then we'd have a safe country. If some just retarded strongman just like, hey Sanders, I need you to do all the work. You do everything, every single thing, and I just go out there and I play golf. This country would be saved. Like, Sanders would get none of the credit. But, yeah. Yeah.
I am your
God, this aged fucking prolifically. Like this is getting like millions more views right now because just how prolifically well it's aged. Yeah, it's all gross. How long have I been going for? About an hour and a half. I don't know. Shit's rough. Everybody sucks. Oh, I like Mario Party 7. That's a good one. Universal Identity. What are you doing? Yeah, Comrade Pierre Trudeau used to be cool. I don't know what happened to him. He's got 37 people. I'm just kidding. This guy used to be fucking TJ fucks things. He used to make videos of TJ like having sex with like a kumquat or something, and that would be it. It's kind of fun. Ugh. I don't think I really have much else to say. You know what? Yeah, I kind of want to react to this video too, but I think I'll react to it on my own. I'm not gonna react to Ross reacting to it. I saw something that she said that fucking pissed me off. Let's see if I can find her tweet. Be right back. I'm following her on Facebook. I can't even remember what she said. I'm kind of confusing with some shit some other dumb bitches said. What's Christina saying on Deep Fat Fried? Oh, I can't whistle anymore. Fuck. Oh, yeah, no. Guys, riots don't work. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work. Don't worry. How do I look? I'm so used to doing this on my phone. I almost never do this shit on my fucking computers. You gotta give me some time. All right, here it is. What she got to say.
Hello, Facebook family.
She's got her white hair on today.
I have decided to do this video. It is
Surprised she didn't go for the Karen haircut. Should have like cut it all the way down to here. Maybe get some blonde hair dye.
has been weighing very heavily on my heart.
I'm sure it has.
And on my mind as well. And
I don't know. I think that's funny. That's something can weigh heavy on your heart and your mind.
something that I wanted to say early on, but
I mean, I
there
guess
was
again. I don't know. I'm overthinking it.
so many emotions and so much pressure for me to go with the popular opinion about
Ugh.
who George Floyd was. And sometimes
I'm so tired of that framing. Society wants me to think this way. No, society wants you to think whatever. Like, who the fuck like isn't encouraged to like have like a unique opinion in our environment?
it can be difficult when there are just so many external pressures to say what you believe. And this was an instance where I felt like my silence would have been better in the beginning, but the more that I think about it, I realize that we are being sold a lot of lies. And
Is there a speed thing, or is that only on YouTube? Fuck.
Detriment to the black community, at the detriment
Something like this, I would love to just play double speed right now,
to
but
the
I
white
can't.
community, and at the detriment to America as a whole. So I
Hold on, my buddy George Soros is calling me. Give me a second. Hey, Christina, what's up?
You're streaming.
Yeah, I'm doing a stream right now.
Oh, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Hey, tell George Soros I said hi.
Hi, George Soros.
Okay. Oh, is he with you now?
George Soros?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to make me be funny on the spot?
Why'd you call me in the middle of my show?
I didn't know.
All right, bye. I don't know.
I want to come out and say that I do not support George Floyd and the media depiction of him as a martyr for Black America.
I don't think like George Floyd needs your support right now. It's okay. I mean, I think it's a little late, but okay. Let's hear her out.
I'm going to explain why, and I hope that some of you guys will understand where I'm coming from. I have spent a considerable amount of time reading a lot of Black
pamphlets,
authors that I think are some of the most brilliant Black Americans breathing.
Like Kanye West and Tommy Sotomayor.
Walter Williams, Shelby Steele, Thomas Sowell,
Hmm.
and I recently came across something that was an idea that was planted into my head by Shelby Steele, and it has been something that I cannot
I like that framing. Planted an idea in my head.
forget. It is something that will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Sure.
And it is something that I hope for the Black Americans that are watching will stick with you for the rest of your life. Shelby Steele said that the Black community is unique from other communities. Our culture is unique from other communities.
Okay. Okay.
Because we are the only
You don't have to stretch it above 10 minutes. We're on Facebook
that
now.
caters to the bottom denominator of our society. Now, let me explain what that means. It means to say that not every Black American is a criminal, not every Black American is committing crimes. But
However.
we are unique in that we are the only people that fight and scream and demand support and justice for the people in our community that are up to no good. You would be hard pressed to find, a Jewish person.
When they came for the Russians, I said nothing. When they came for the rioters, I said nothing. That's all they have to say to this.
Who has
You don't have to be a fucking angel to have to want to stand up for somebody who's been faced a horrible injustice. In fact, you're a better person for doing that. You're a better person for standing up for somebody with dirty laundry in their closet than you are for not doing so. For jumping ship every time you find out they wrote a bad check a month ago.
Spent 5 stints in prison, who commits a crime and dies while committing a crime, and that the Jewish people champion and demand justice for. You will be hard-pressed to find this in white America. You'll be hard-pressed to find this even in
Again, that's not better, that's worse.
Latino America. If there is a person that is spent multiple times in prison, you are not going to see a bunch of Latinos coming out demanding
And I think that I reject that framing, honestly. I don't have any data to support any of this.
justice for this person, even if, and I want to be very clear, what I'm saying is not any defense for Derek Chauvin. I hope Derek Chauvin gets the justice that he deserves to be implemented upon him, and that the family of George Floyd deserves justice for the way that he died. But I also am not going to accept the narrative that this is the best the Black community has to offer. For whatever
Who
reason,
the
it has become
fuck
fashionable
said
in the
that?
past,
Who the fuck said that he was the best the black community had to offer?
5 or 6 years for us to turn criminals into heroes overnight.
Criminals into heroes overnight.
And it is something that I find to be despicable, and it is something that I refuse to stand by any longer, and I am not going to play a part in it no matter how much pressure comes.
Guys, you're only allowed justice if you're the best your community has to offer, okay? If you've got dirty laundry, if we can find some dirt up on you, fuck you.
From black liberals and black conservatives as
yeah, all 6 of them.
Some token of people wanting you to believe.
She's gonna fucking bitch about tokenism.
The only way you can be black is you have to say this was wrong and that this, this person was amazing. I won't do that. George Floyd was not an amazing person.
Yeah, this is the ammo you gave them, Joe Biden. Hope you're happy, you dumb fuck.
And as soon as this video hit the internet, I did just basic searches. Everyone jumped on it and was looking at the police officer, and everyone agrees that the police officer was wrong, and the police officer has been arrested. So that is not the reason I'm not.
Only after 4 days of rioting, after 4 days of fucking cities being torn asunder and set on fire, did they arrest him? Does everybody agree? Does everybody agree, Candace? I don't think they do.
Discussing that is because that is not
everybody
something that has been misconstrued in the media.
Misconstrued by the media. She would know all about that.
Into the devil that he is, and there is no reason for us to harp on that any longer because white Americans are not uplifting Derek Chauvin as a victim or pretending that he's an amazing human being. But George Floyd is being uplifted as an amazing human being. For those of you who have not yet seen the clips and did not pursue or wait for more clips to come out, first and foremost, George Floyd at the time of his arrest was high on...
No! Oh my god! He was high?
Fentanyl, and he was high on methamphetamine.
Oh no. Oh no. He was doing drugs. Reminds me of like that parody post from like somebody made like a joke of like that that lion from Dare. That's like, if I was in a room with Hitler and a stoner and I had a gun with 2 bullets, I would shoot Hitler to death and then I would beat the stoner to death with my own hands.
Came back in both of his autopsy reports. If you pursue the 911 transcript, you can see the person describing somebody who is out of their mind high, and which is what made the person fearful because he tried to use a bill that I guess was a fake bill to purchase something.
Oh
and
no.
Then he was outside acting weird, and they, in their police call, said that this person was obviously distorted and on drugs.
No.
When he is
No.
put into handcuffs and is put against the wall, a baggie of what looks to be like cocaine or it's white. It's a white baggie that he drops onto the floor that you can see in an image. If you look up the clip, the media is refusing to circulate it. You can find it on Twitter.
Refusing.
If you use DuckDuck.
You can find it. But the reason why they're not showing it is because it's fucking irrelevant, Candace. That's why they don't show the little baggie of cocaine. Because it's pointless. Why does that matter?
Go and look up George Floyd baggie. You can watch the clip yourself with your own eyes. He had drugs on him at the time of his arrest. Now, barring all of that, nobody thinks that he should have died during this arrest, but what I find despicable to be is that everyone is pretending that this man lived a heroic lifestyle when he didn't, and I want...
Who? Okay, the only time I've ever seen anybody, like the only person on this entire planet who I've seen being like, George Floyd was a fucking, like, look, I've seen people say George Floyd was an all-around, like, somewhat peaceful man, okay? Like, he was kind of live and let live, alright? I've seen some of that from his family. And, that can also be true while you simultaneously commit crimes. But the only person I've ever seen, like, hey, George Floyd is a fucking martyr is George Floyd's fucking daughter, alright? George Floyd's kid, gave, like, this, like, happy kind of, like, uplifting thing, like, my daddy's gonna change the world. That's the only person on this planet I found say something like that. His, like, 9-year-old daughter.
About what his lifestyle was leading up to this moment and why I refuse to accept the narrative that this person is a martyr or should be lifted up.
You can be a martyr and still do fucked up shit. You can die for a cause even beyond your own, like, fucking, like, Rosa Parks, right? Okay, look. Fucking Rosa Parks, I'm not even gonna say Rosa Parks. There was a woman, I forget her name, who was like the first like real catalyst for the bus protests, right? And Rosa Parks pretty much came in to be like to continue the protests in her name. But this woman, she was prematurely pregnant. And if I recall, she had some criminal records. And like the woman that basically inspired Rosa Parks to do a protest, and whose name was ultimately mostly forgotten in history compared to Rosa Parks, she was not she by Candace Owens standards, she was not much of a martyr. She wasn't.
Black community.
Like, but Rosa Parks, the Rosa Parks, she did it because she had more of a clean record. She had like education and like higher education, and that's why she went. I mean, so yeah, image does matter a lot. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. But that's not what anybody's arguing here. And I'm so tired of this narrative that this protest is still all, and these protests and these riots are still all about George Floyd. It's beyond that at this point. It really is. It's just the fact that somebody was able to fucking murder a man in broad daylight, just completely brazenly, and riots had to happen before he faced any punishment. And that if there weren't cameras there observing every fucking moment of it, he'd be fucking scot-free. If he strangled this man to death in like a fucking alleyway somewhere away from anybody, and the only like thing was a dash cam that saw him, he'd be scot fucking free, and you know it.
T-shirts with his name on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we.
It's always the same shit, isn't it? Every single time, like a black, like otherwise like non-violent person whose only crime was just kind of existing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or who did some like menial shit that like really if a white person do it wouldn't even be close to a death sentence. It's always like, hey, this person, he was jogging at a construction site, or hey, this person, he was on marijuana when it happened, or hey, this person fucking was walking through a neighborhood in the middle of the night. Why was he doing that? Like, why is it always on like black heels in like why do they have to be constantly on edge to make sure they're not doing something that some pissed off cop won't fucking kill them for?
First and foremost, let's start from the bottom of his record. And by the way, I am not saying that if you have a record, you don't deserve a second chance.
Yeah, you kind of are. You kind of are saying that.
I think people get arrested, and some people can serve time in prison, and I believe in second chances, but I do draw a line when it comes to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth chances. 1998, he spent 10 months in prison for theft with a firearm. That was the first prison stint that I could find on him. Mm-hmm. In 2002, he spent 8 months in prison for a cocaine offense.
Oh no, more. He had cocaine on him again? Oh no.
Or just 2 years later, he spent another 10 months in prison for a cocaine offense.
Hey, do you think he's spending all this time in fucking prison because he's being searched by cops every fucking time? Hey, do you think maybe he wouldn't be, you think his family and his community would be in a better place if every single person who had drugs on them in an impoverished area wasn't fucking gavelled up and thrown in a prison cell for fucking 10 months? Do you think his daughter would be in a better place? Do you think his family would be in a better place? Do you think, like, his mental state would be in a better place if we treated drug addiction as a serious fucking, illness and not as a crime? Multiple times this man has been arrested for having cocaine on him.
5, he spent another 10 months in prison for having less than 1 gram of cocaine on him.
What the fuck is less than 1 gram? Okay, I mean, I've never used cocaine. I feel like less than 1 gram is like barely enough to get high. Okay, comparing to other drugs at least.
In 2007, and this was the biggest instant.
Cocaine. Okay, America is the #1 user of cocaine in the world. #1 recreational user of cocaine in the world. All right, of cocaine addiction at the very least. But why are black people being gavelled up for fucking cocaine way more than anybody else? And honestly, knowing that obviously this person has a history of cocaine addiction, his first offense of like robbery by gunpoint, how is that not? Could that have been an effect of drug abuse? Very likely.
I had that made me realize.
Very likely. Maybe he wanted to steal that fucking shit so he could buy more cocaine.
As this was a horrible.
Maybe there's a problem with the infrastructure of the community that this person couldn't get better. Because every single time he tried to get help, I mean, maybe not every time he tried to get help, but every single time this person got caught with cocaine, their solution was to treat him like an animal for 12 months.
Being that I am not going to pretend was a good person.
Ugh.
In 2005, a woman who was pregnant received a knock at the door, and she went to the door, and the person pretended to be someone that worked for the water department. So she opened her door and quickly realized that the person at her door did not work for the water department and attempted to slam it. At the moment that she was attempting to slam it, a Ford pulled up, and another 5 men jumped out of the car, and one of which was George Floyd, came up to the door, and they forced their way inside to her home, inside of her home. Mind you, this woman is pregnant. At that point, George Floyd took out a gun and pressed it to her stomach. She was screaming, begging for her life, and he put her inside of her living room and instructed one of his criminal friends that was with him to watch her and to make sure she didn't leave the living room. So he was playing guard while they ransacked her home looking for drugs and money. They did not find
relevance. The word of the day is relevance, Candace.
Drugs. They ended up taking, I believe, her wallet.
Do you think the cops even knew like any of this shit when they strangled him to death? Had the fucking did they even know his fucking name when it was happening? Do you think?
Phone. Fortunately for her, her neighbor observed what was going on and caught the license plate of the people as they pulled off and called 911. And when 911 was able to, they were able to track down the car of which George Floyd was the driver, and they arrested him. And 2 years later, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for that instance. Now, you can say the media is portraying it like he was just getting his life together after, you know, being released in 2014 following that incident. He was just getting his life together and moved and was going to start afresh. I'd like to believe all of those things, and there's a gap, and he never got in trouble for 5 years until this incident when the police were called on him again. But you are defying common sense to believe that this person suddenly became an exemplary character but happened to be high on fentanyl and methamphetamine and trying to use a bill.
So, like, if you relapse, there's that's just complete... That you're defying all evidence if you believe that you can relapse, but still be a decent person. You know, as somebody with addicts in my family, fuck you, okay? Well, I'm trying to play this video.
A fake bill to purchase something. And so, in my opinion, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal.
Well, no shit.
And just because he was a criminal doesn't mean he deserved to die at the knee of a police officer. But it does mean that I am not going to play a part of the broken black culture.
They're more concerned with broken black culture than they are with, like, the systemic issues of the police. That's all they're concerned about. That's all these types are. These fucking, the good ones are.
That always wants to martyr criminals, who wants to pretend they were these upstanding human beings that just...
Yeah, if only they could be more like the upstanding every other race, right, Candace?
Just wanted to help society, that just wanted to reach out and uplift society. And he has a rap sheet that is long, that is dangerous. He was an example of a...
Yeah, like, most of it is cocaine possession. And hey, do you think maybe, like, if he wasn't gaffled up 3 fucking times for, like, small amounts of drugs, and like if he was like a white boy from the fucking Beverly Hills or something, and he got caught with cocaine, he'd be like out in like a rehab, which is like a little different than like a fucking vacation resort, all right? And he would have turned his fucking life around. But because he's a fucking black man in one of the poorest cities, like in one of the poorest areas of the city, he gets fucking thrown in like and gets to eat gruel for a year.
Violent criminal his entire life, okay?
Gets thrown in with a bunch of fucking violent assholes in an environment where rape is practically legal.
Last moment. Now, again, I want to be clear. This is not a defense for Derek Chauvin.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, we get it.
And that I have spoken to, no one in the news is defending Derek Chauvin. He is getting what he has.
Nobody in
coming
the
to
news is
him.
defending
Okay,
Derek
great.
Chauvin. Yeah, no, he's
but
right.
Why
She's right.
are we pretending?
Just a
that
bad apple. Just a bad apple. But you know, fucking George Floyd. He's not a bad apple. Okay? He's a representative of all of black culture, okay? Of the poison of black culture.
This criminal should be upheld as a...
Why am I a part of this grift right now? Okay, I'm a Palestinian man who grew up in post-9/11 America. I could make the fucking so much money being like hyper like pro-military, hyper pro fucking like Israel. I would make so much fucking money. I could do this grift way better than all these people. Why am I wasting my time talking to all fucking 2 of you?
Citizen.
God.
As a martyr in black America. A martyr for a fake narrative, by the way.
A fake narrative.
Police brutality. Racially motivated police brutality.
Here's the point of the video, guys.
A myth.
It's a myth. It is a myth. No, it's not a fucking myth. We just looked at I just looked at an article earlier in the stream. Fucking police officers, while they are on average going to pull over pretty much the same exact people, you know, but based on their demographics, based on race, which honestly I kind of doubt that end of the data a little bit. I feel like I've seen data elsewhere that contradicted that, but even that data said that if you're black, you're significantly more likely to have your car searched. Significantly more likely. And what does that happen? Oh, you end up finding cocaine in the back seat. And again, it's also, poverty and crime are interlinked, and eventually people are going to link poverty with fucking being black, or being just another race.
Okay? So let's get into that. Not only are we using this death, right, and allowing it to cause these riots and protests, pretending this was some upstanding citizen in the black community.
Why can you only have protests and riots for an upstanding member of the community? Like, what about your average dipshit of a person? Like, what about just your average dude? Like, what if I'm jobless right now because of fucking COVID. Like, I'm just kind of like, you know, kind of following the path of least resistance for the most part. I'm trying to get back to school, trying to get my life together slowly, you know? If I just died at the knee of some fucking horrible officer and somebody, like, had an overreaction, like, is that person, like, in the wrong because I wasn't an upstanding member of the community?
Who was tackled down and killed for no reason, right? Not only are we allowing it to inspire riots in which black people are dying, in which actual upstanding black citizens are dying. Case in point, I'm sure you guys have all now seen David, the sheriff that just was shot and killed because he was trying to protect a pawn shop. Please look him up if you haven't seen it. I'm blanking on his last name. His first name is David, who was shot and killed.
Okay. Let's see what this is about. David Sheriff. David Sheriff. What's it called? David Sheriff Pawn Shop. That should be it. Retired St. Louis police captain was killed. Let's see what the largest context of this is. After responding to a pawn shop alarm during looting. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The alarm at a pawn shop overnight on Monday. It was in the 35 business capital of burglarized property damage, blah, blah. Dorn has been killed around 2:30 a.m. Done by Lion Florida provides security for St. Louis Regional Crime Stoppers and a reward of $10,000 for any information that leads to the arrest of the person or person responsible. Hey, crazy! Swift action was taken when this guy was killed. Swift act, isn't it? So yeah, I'm not too concerned because I know that the bad people, they're gonna be punished. We don't have to riot for this guy. It's okay, guys. It's okay. All right. Swift action. A reward for $10,000 just for information on him. Yeah, no, it's really sad this guy had to die. It really is. That's not George Floyd's fault. And it's not really the fault of anybody protesting. Or really, most rioters.
For trying to protect a pawn shop from looters, an upstanding citizen, an actual
head. A good black was killed, guys. Don't worry. Like, seriously.
Of a police.
One of the few good ones, like her.
He was the head of a police his entire life, 77 years old, did everything right?
Well,
so we now have to
don't know that.
Kill.
Maybe he would. I don't know. I didn't see any scandals around him, but whatever. Maybe the media's trying to cover it up. I gotta look it up, you guys.
Upstanding
because, you know, it's relevant.
Black citizens. Because a non-upstanding black citizen, a career black criminal died. Now,
career. Not necessarily career.
Deserve to die in that manner? No. I can't say it enough. No.
Like on this fucking crime baseball card. I held a fucking half a gram of fucking coke in my back pocket once. That was just like, how much money did he make just doing crack?
Deserve to die in that manner. But I will be damned if the rest of us upstanding black citizens have to suffer because of this.
What's wrong with like a little black solidarity, huh? What's wrong with that?
This incident that rarely ever happens in America.
Rarely ever happens.
Here are some numbers for you people.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking have an aneurysm. I have to hear another goddamn cherry-picked crime statistic. Holy fucking shit. If this is from the FBI, I'm gonna fucking lose my goddamn mind.
Still believing that police brutality is a real, racially motivated police brutality is a real thing. First and foremost, okay?
Before we do this. Let me just get my statistics ready, because I have a feeling. Hold on, I gotta make sure it's racially motivated, not just police brutality. Well, let's hear what she has to say. I've heard her make an argument earlier. A certain post basically making the argument of refusing to understand how police to understand how per capita works. So let's see if that's what she's making. But I have a feeling I'm gonna need this. Read more. Okay, that's all I need. All right, cool.
You have a 25% higher chance as a violent white criminal of dying at the hands of a police officer than you do as a black criminal.
I think that's bullshit. Hold on, let me hear that again.
Okay? There are some numbers for you people that are still believing that police brutality is a real, racially motivated police brutality is a real thing. First and foremost, okay? You have a 25% higher chance as a violent white criminal.
25% chance of a higher as a white criminal.
Of dying at the hands of a police officer than you do as a black criminal. Last year, a total of 9 unarmed black men were killed by police officers, and 19.
19. Okay, let's do a little math here for a second, all right? Okay, so, like, I think white people are 55% of the population, all right? So let's say 55%. Let's say 1/100th. Let's say calculator. You really gotta just fucking walk people through this shit, unfortunately. 9 versus 19, all right? 9 versus 19. Give me a good calculator. Jesus, just standard calculator, please. All right, let's see. 1 divided by 100. Okay, so multiply that by 19, and you get 9.19, of course, versus 0.9. Hold on, I'm probably doing this math wrong. Give me a second. Divided by 100. So you get 0.55. 0.55 versus, I think, 0.14? So let's say divide that by, that's about like 1/5, right? It's about 1/5. So ideally, there should be 5 times as many fucking murders of whites as there are of fucking blacks, right? If that's like around a rough estimate, there should be 4 or 5 times as many, not about twice. So this is Candace Owens going out of her way to refuse to understand per capita.
White men were killed by police officers. For those of you that aren't good at mathematics, right, you might be thinking, oh, but Candace,
aren't good at mathematics.
White people represent 60% of the population.
Yes.
And black people represent just 13% of the population. It doesn't matter what percentage of the population you represent. It matters what percentage of the violent criminal community you represent. And unfortunately,
violent criminal. Yeah, poverty and crime are linked causally.
A disproportionate amount of crimes compared to the white community. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and the problem with that is that when you're a white criminal, you're significantly more likely to be killed by the police than if you are a black I'm sorry, the other way around. If you're a black criminal, you're more likely to be killed by the police. Look at the statistics right here. Let's see. Sadly, the trend of fatal police, this is according to the Statista Research Department. Sadly, the trend of fatal police shootings in the United States seems to only be increasing, with a total of 429 civilians being shot, 88 of whom were black as of June 4th, 2020. In 2018, there were 996 shootings. 2019 to 1,004. Rate of fatal police shootings among black Americans was much higher than that of any other ethnicity, starting at 30 fatal shootings per million of the police force. 30 per million. And again, irrelevant. This part is fucking irrelevant because there is this is just a matter of the blacks being over-policed. They're being over-policed. That's it. That's all it is. and that's the problem with like racist shitheads like fucking Candace Owens here, is that when you fucking when you're a racist shithead, you have to start backwards from your conclusion, all right? And when you start with the conclusion that black people are just inferior to like the other races and they hold up people in the community that are actually drug sniffing fucking criminals, when you have those fucking the problem is that you end up creating this environment where where the police start sending out more people to where the crime is fucking localized. So they say, hey, okay, we're gonna put a cop on every street of fucking Martin Luther King Drive, wherever the fuck. Then we're going to, and then they notice, oh, hey, we're getting way more fucking criminals over from this drive because, hey, you're searching every black person's fucking car because you're more likely to be fucking searched if you're black. So that, okay, we're gonna have 40 times more fucking cops here. Oh shit, now there's 40 times more fucking crime. Let's have more fucking policing. Let's have a fucking cop at every goddamn school. Let's have cops fucking beating down children in their fucking, like, elementary schools and shit. And then it just creates this goddamn, like, self-fulfilling prophecy that constantly feeds its own fucking tail. And this is the result. Let's see, what else? Honestly, there is a part of me that wishes that this didn't have to be organized to race. There is a part of me like that. Like, I wish these fucking morons could just understand that police shouldn't be this violent to anybody at all. And okay, looking at a stat here, compared to like other countries such as England or Sweden or virtually every other country in Europe, fucking crime is significantly lower. And the problem is with racist shitheads like this is that they'll attribute to that to not having any blacks. Okay? They're not white countries. They are. I'll tell you what. But the problem is... But the problem is that it's not that case. The problem is that in those other countries, they have significantly higher fucking training in their police. They do. There was a great story, and it's anecdotal as fuck, where like these 4 Swedish police officers who were like visiting America one day, like witnessed a fight between like 2 like black dudes on a train in New York. And this is kind of a puff piece. Again, it's totally anecdotal, not backed by data. But they just kind of sat there, they separated the 2 men, they just like held them down for a minute and then just talked it out. They just sat there and just talked to them, said like, hey, like look, and they just totally diffused the situation between these 2 people. And if this were by any other fucking cop, there would be someone with a fucking bullet in them. Let's be fucking honest here. There'd be someone with a bullet in, someone be fucking arrested, someone's fucking entire fucking life be ruined over some goddamn minor issue that could just be solved with a fucking talk. Alright? There is a huge difference in the culture between these police officers. Ugh, I don't want that. Nope.
6% of the population, right? Black men, 6% of the population account for 44% of all murders in this country.
1350.
According to 2018 statistics. That is what you call a gap. And yet white people who represent 60% of the population, we represent 30%.
Like, she's jumping around between different arguments here. Like, it's literally just like, oh, black people just need to stop committing crimes. That's it. Once they just stop being harassed by police, then they'll stop dying.
Black men are 6%.
Like, if everybody just, like, honestly, like, black people out there, you see a cop, just turn and run. But don't be suspicious about it, because then it'll chase you. Just don't be in the room with the cop, under any circumstance.
Only represent 50%.
And don't distrust them, because, you know, they're good people.
Of all the
who should be trusted.
Murders, right?
Just don't be in a room with them.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense. A 6-point variation in a community where we are extreme minorities. We commit 50% of all violent offenses, evenly split.
Because of poverty. Poverty. Okay?
And we're only 13% of the population.
Like, does she think it's genetic? Does she think, like, she's just such a good one that it's just everybody else? What's the problem?
Population, okay? So we have a lot more encounters with police officers. You don't say the police officers.
This is like, it's almost like she just can't see for the fact that, like, everybody's really committing these fucking crimes. She read through 3 instances where this dude was fucking harassed over having a little bit of fucking cocaine. Something that, like, cocaine is fucking everywhere in America. I read a study that cocaine can get your house faster in most, like, cities than fucking a pizza can. Okay? Cocaine's fucking everywhere, but this guy, but people in black people get their fucking cars searched every goddamn 15 seconds. So, like, they're going to be found with violent crime, or the fuck it's called, because pretty much any, like, usage of any of these heavy scheduled ones are gonna fucking get you
I'm
heavy
talking
crime.
about violent criminals. I'm talking about murder. 44% of murders, okay? You want to
Yeah.
talk about real statistics?
Neat.
The police officers have way more to be fearful of in the black community than the other way around, okay?
Yeah.
We commit, on average, a police
Won't
officer...
somebody please think of the fucking status quo, politicians? Won't somebody please think for the state?
is 18 and a...
This is the guys wagging your finger at rioters and saying you should just obey the law is the new punk rock.
half times more likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around. Okay? So this entire narrative is complete smoke and mirrors. It's all made up. It's just election fodder. It's white versus black because it's an election year, not because black Americans are suffering at the hands of police officers more than white Americans. Do some police officers in 2002
Well, what the fuck?
8 months in
How'd that
prison
happen?
for a absolute jerk.
On.
You don't talk about any of these places where black people are being slaughtered by other blacks because that would mean that we had to be personally accountable, right?
Oh
that
my
would
God.
mean personal responsibility. We don't do.
Ah, that's me breaking my fucking hand. Alright. I'm just tired of hearing this shit. That's all this shit. I mean, it's just garbage. This is just her trying to make an excuse for the fucking police. Like, again, this is more the police can't be compared to police from around the world. They have to be compared to the fucking worst of criminals and the thugs and the fucking community's gotta adapt to the feelings of the police. Bullshit. Fuck this shit.
The coon, he's lost. He's in the sunken place. The sunken place. That's
What the fuck?
that we will never take account for the things that we do wrong, right?
Never take account for the things you do wrong. Yeah. No, you're the only good one, Candace. We all know.
That we don't have it within us to educate ourselves to get ahead, and that for those of us that actually do it,
Please keep telling
well,
your white
we get called
masters what they
coons,
need to
right?
hear.
You got Condoleezza Rice, she's a coon. Larry Elder, he's a coon. Dr. Ben Carson, brain surgeon, first ever to perform the surgery of splitting.
Yeah, Ben Carson. Look, I'm not gonna use those words, of course, but let's be honest about who Ben Carson is for a second. Ben Carson is a diversity hire. Okay? Don't like that? Why is he the head of housing urban development? He doesn't know a fucking thing about real estate. He's a goddamn doctor. Okay? And he's shown complete ignorance in the job. He doesn't know the difference between a fucking Oreo and an Oreo despite being on the job for years. He's got caught with that fucking twice. I mean, the first time he just didn't know, but the second time, when they asked him a second time what an Oreo was, you're like, an Oreo? Which is like, it's Oreo? I think our real estate stands for real estate. Yeah, that's it, that's a ticket. Hey, I'm nailing this. And then that's why people like Candace Owens and people like Ben Carson don't get a lot of respect from the black community because they're selling out their fucking race. Okay? Why else is fucking Ben Carson there? Oh, yeah, he did some fucking brain surgery. So what? That doesn't make him a fucking ally. There's plenty of brain surgeons who are assholes, I'm sure. Like what?
Twins that are connected by the head. He's a coon, right? What a loser he is. What a stupid guy he is. Kanye West says he's not going to be told to do it because of the color of his skin. He's a coon. He's lost. He's in the sunk.
Yeah, what's funny is because Kanye West pretty much has been flip-flopping on this ever since, like, Candace Owens fucking fucked with Kanye. Like, really, ever since Candace Owens, like fucking tricked Kanye into selling her ugly fucking t-shirts.
Place, the sunken place. That's where we all are, right?
Yeah.
Because we demand more, and we will get more out of this society because we're gonna get ahead, right? That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get ahead. Black conservatives get ahead because we don't subscribe to this narrative. Because you're not gonna catch me outside trying to grab.
I guarantee. Look, there's a lot of fucking black conservative fucking losers. All right. Oh my god, these people. I like to break shit when I'm angry, and I just broke a fucking beer can. So, God. Okay, I think I've heard enough. This dumb bitch is fucking crazy, and I think I'm done with this show. Like, forever. This bitch broke me. She won. Okay, she won. I'm done. I have nothing. I have nothing.